Welcome to Scofield Farm. I'm Carice and I'm finally getting out to check my bees. This is the first time in 2024 for me, and it's the end of April. My husband and my son have checked them quite a few times, but because of my shoulder surgery, I wasn't able to get out here. So we are checking our hives. The main reason today we're checking our hives is because we think one of our hives, the stronger colony, may have swarmed. And so that's our suspicion. We're gonna go in and look. We know there are a few bees in there, but it was very busy before. Now it's pretty slow. We wanna see what's actually happening. There's definitely still bees. So that is an interesting thing when we don't see a lot of activity from the front of the hive. The guard bees are a little alarmed by us opening them up. I think we opened it up a little too quickly thinking no one would be there. And the pollen patty is still there. Honestly, I don't know if it's very touched, is it? You want to pull off the paper so they can actually eat from the top too. Yeah, there's definitely bees, but it's very curious that they're not coming out a whole lot through the front entrance. While he does that, I'll show you. I mean, well, now you see some activity from the front entrance, but there really was not much the last couple days. So much had gone down, like so much so that I was pretty sure that she left very few behind when she swarmed. Huh. This is not quite what I thought we'd find. Okay, so there definitely was activity in the honey super. I was surprised. They're building out wax. They're doing fine. We're going to look in the brooder boxes to see if there is evidence of a queen, because I still am concerned why there wasn't a lot of foraging traffic out the front when the other hive has a ton. So we're going to look and see what we can find, if there's eggs, brood, larvae, if we maybe see the queen, if there's queen cells. I still wonder if there was a swarm. So we're going to kind of just take a look down here and see what is going on. We are pretty new at keeping bees. This is only our start of our third year. We've made it through 2 winters, but we're still learning so much. So we're definitely not experts. We just like to take people along for the ride so you can kind of see what it's like to keep bees. That way, if you're interested in keeping bees, you maybe will have some courage to just go ahead and do it and to learn. So this is the top of the top brooder box, and as you can see, there's quite a few bees up here. They actually seem calmer up here than they did in the super, but we did go ahead and get out our smoker because they were a little bit more feisty than I thought they would be. That's okay. We're just going to go in. We're going to be slow and gentle and see what's going on in here.
Yes.
Looks like there's actually some honey in that one.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Okay. All right, so this one is solid honey.
It's uncapped honey over here.
Capped honey over there. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So it's resources. Oh, that one's solid honey too if you look down here. Okay, in here there's more honey. I don't know if it's showing very well, but there's definitely quite a bit of honey. So several of these are resource frames.
Also honey.
We're just going to carefully go through here. I think that the brood and stuff will be in the bottom brooder box. We found a queen cell in all of these resources, and it's actually empty. So I'm curious if they ever had anything in there, or if that was just like, you know, in case of emergency. I guess we'll find out. We also found a moldy pollen patty that fell down there, so we're gonna have to clean that out in there as well, which is very good to know. There was a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, so they got too much moisture in there. Okay. You want to move them all back and then we can lift it up? We'll just leave. We just need to have a little less space between those two this time. It was too spaced out. There we go.
I don't like that.
very interesting to realize they're not doing as bad as I thought they were.
Yep, I thought that they were. Several days I came out, I thought they weren't even, that there wasn't any activity. I was like, oh, they all left.
No?
I don't know if that happens, but.
Absconding. They still may have swarms. It still feels like it may be maybe half. We just have to see if there's a queen. Even if it's a new queen, that's good. Okay.
A lot of resources here.
Still not a lot coming out the bottom. That's what's really interesting to me. Yep, there's the moldy stuff. Okay, we got to get rid of that. Got to scrape that off, and then maybe scrape all the burr comb off too, and things will like sit a little better. And the comb, that we should get a cup for the burr comb. Gross. All right, well now we know. It's good to know. Okay, so we're in the bottom. We're seeing some comb. Well, obviously comb. No, we're seeing pollen. We're seeing some pollen. We are seeing a little bit of honey, a lot of empty wax. I think we have no queen, which would be why they were more testy too. Okay. We also found a good amount of mites on this bottom board. We have not done a spring treatment yet because of all that's gone on with my health stuff. So I think we're going to need to take off the honey supers and do a treatment as well. Here, can I see on that side? Yep, nothing, right?
Nothing.
Oh, there's just pollen. Yeah. Okay, can I see the other side? There's a lot of pollen in here. It's kind of dark wax. There's a lot of pollen. A little bit of pollen, not even a ton, right?
Yeah, same, just tiny bit, yeah. So we probably need to get a queen yesterday.
Well, we can look and see if there's any. Maybe we can bring some brood over and they can make a queen. Just like when we did a split from the other hive.
Yeah, we can try that.
Remember when they made their own queen? That was kind of nice too. Okay. We don't even have a laying worker, which makes me think there was a swarm. Because there's not even laying worker. Like there's not even a bunch of drone cells. There's nothing. Okay. Can you angle it so I can see better with this? Okay, not a ton, but there is some pollen. Is there pollen on the other side?
No, there's not.
None? So this is why we don't have a lot coming in now, I think. It's just comb. Just honeycomb. Nothing in it. A little bit of pollen. Okay. Well, good thing we have the pollen patty. That's good. Let's figure out what to do. So this hive had a ton of honey, even some just being capped into super. And this is a top brooder box. It's got a lot more activity. It has drones and worker bees. So I think we're probably queen happy over here and not in the other one. We're thinking of moving some brood maybe over to the other one to see if they'll make a queen, and I don't know if it's too late for that. We also may order a queen. We're trying to decide what to do. Oh yeah, there's a ton there. Is that really heavy?
Heavy. Okay, here's a lot of food over here.
Oh, brood? Oh, wait, let me look. That's good to know if there's brood. Oh, no, there's no brood. That's all honey.
Oh. Or is it,
Capped off brood. In this one, there's capped off brood.
That's what I meant.
Oh, I thought you meant that one. Okay.
No, that one.
Yeah, if you lift it up, we can look at it. They kind of look like drone cells, though. I might be wrong. Let's lift it up and see.
Look at a lot of drone cells.
So if there's brood, there always could be a queen, so let's be careful. Okay, can I see this side? Here. All right. Oh no, those are regular capped brood. I don't think that that's drone. That's good. Do you see any larvae in there? Those probably are larvae, right?
Yep, I see a few.
So look for the queen then.
Big old drone, though. I think that's the queen. A couple of really big drones.
You can see really well on this one the uncapped larvae right there. So we definitely have a laying queen in this one. We had no evidence of this in the other hive. Look at those peonies. They are so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to give a recap of what we did with the bees because my phone and my little camera ran out of batteries. So basically what we decided to do is the first hive, we found out there was no queen. There was no brood, no larvae. There weren't even drones that we could find. There was a lot of resources. Some of the bees that were left in there were still trying to make honey and build out wax in the super. So we think that there was a swarm because that hive was doing really well coming out of winter, and we think they swarmed. And the queen takes like half the colony or more and leaves. So that's probably what happened. The entire bottom brooder was completely empty. There was no resources, no brood. It was just wax, just built out wax. So we opened the second hive and we took 3 frames of larvae, capped brood, eggs over to the first hive. I'm hoping that we didn't take the queen. We might have taken the queen. Regardless, either way, we have enough capped brood and larvae and eggs in both boxes that essentially what we did is we did a split. And we did a split last year because our hive was so thriving and we didn't want them to swarm. And so that's how we actually made our second colony in the first place. So essentially, we are doing the same thing by trying to do a split and hoping that whichever hive doesn't have the queen, I feel like it's the first hive that we put the stuff into. I don't think we moved the queen over, but we didn't actually see her. So one of the hives is queenless, one of the hives have the queen, and we're hoping that the worker bees will raise their own queen to replace what's gone, and essentially this will be a split. How are we going to know that this works? We're going to have to check in a couple weeks. So what I'm thinking, and I'm just thinking out loud as I share this with you guys, I think we're going to end up checking the second hive that was doing great. We'll check that in a week or two and see if there's evidence of newly laid eggs, and that will help us know if the queen still is over there or if we had moved her. And then we'll wait a little bit to see if either hive, whichever one doesn't have a queen, if they raise their own queen, then she'll be an unmated queen. She'll have to go on her mating flight. So that takes a little while. So there won't be evidence of newly laid eggs in the one making their own queen for probably about 3 weeks is what I'm guessing. That's kind of what it was like last time. And if it does not work, we will buy a queen locally. There are a lot of really great apiaries in our area. Ironically, within like 5 miles of us, there are 3 absolutely outstanding queen raising, Italian queen raising apiaries. They're all related from the same original family, and they sell queens and nukes all over the country, even into Canada. So we have a really good way of getting a queen if we need to get one, but we're gonna see if this works first. If not, we will get a hold of a queen and we'll get the second hive going strong. But I think we might have got in there early enough to save ourselves some money and see if this works. And so thanks for joining me. As I said, we are not experts, but I love to share our beekeeping because I would love to inspire other people to get into beekeeping. I just can't keep those out of the shot. They're beautiful. Also, we're zone 9B and we're not supposed to be able to have peonies, but peonies do great in our area. So I have mine potted. I have 3 pots and these are the first ones to actually bloom. And I love them. And I just love seeing them in this shot with me. I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend, great spring. And let me know if you keep bees. You probably are like, you know, don't love the way that we do it amateurly. If you do, but if you don't, maybe it's inspiring just that you can learn and it's okay to learn. And this is a new thing that we came across and I feel like we're always learning in bees, but I really enjoy them and I'm glad that we keep them. I'll see you soon.